DeBrino has 11.488. Jeppesen in the 3. Watch out.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are legend Josh McCall and Dan Jeppesen.
Help out in the middle. Help out in the middle. So McCall was in the 2. Let's see what that does. Oh, my God. Still holding on the 2, but now Daniel's right there with him. Oh, my Lord.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are legend Josh McCall and Dan Jeppesen. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are legend Josh McCall and Dan Jeppesen. "15 seconds left. Vince Lim done. Tail whip done.
All right.
Josh McCall done.
McCall gets the 2.
Aaron Bonner done.
And he takes
Daniel
the win
Matz
with a
done.
21.410.
Legend done.
And Jeppesen gets the 3 when he goes across
All
the line.
All drivers are finished. Dan Jeppesen done. The race is completed.
All right, short course. We're going to need every corner marshal out there in this one. There's 10 of these guys, but they don't care. We should have plenty of corner marshals. Josh is out there. I need... Andy's there. I need 2 more. Let's see. Why don't you move in here to the middle? And I need 1 more corner marshal up front here, please. Who is in that race that's not here? Okay. Everybody across the line once really quick, and then we'll line them up.
Vince Lim. Chad Kramer.
Lineup's going to be Chad, Alexander, Chris, Mike,
Tail whip.
Josh, Todd, Terry, Graydon, and
Graydon Edwards.
Andrew Tuttle.
Josh Cody. Terry Brown. Andrew Tuttle. Chris Morrison.
Okay, let's get them lined up. Chad, Alexander, Vince, Chris, Mike, Josh. Leave a spot for Todd open, Terry, Graydon, and Andrew. Yeah, you're out. All right. So it'll go Josh, then we'll go Terry, Graydon, and Andrew. That's how you want to start? Okay, here we go. On the tone. Only 9 of you. Easy does it. Nice start, guys. Man, I can remember when short course was just like a pile drive that first corner. Look at that. That was a great start.
After 30 seconds,
So we got a
the top
three-car
drivers
breakaway.
are Chad Kramer, Lil Puttin, and Vince Lim.
So let's see. Terry and Andrew, you're going to have the leaders on you next. Ooh, nice pass. Alexander with a nice pass on Chad, so be aware. Here comes the leaders through already. Vince up to the 3. Second place, oh no, on his lid. That's going to put Vince in the 2 now.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Lil Puttin, Chad Kramer, and Tail Whip.
3 minutes in, or 3 minutes left. Watch out on the straight, watch out on the straight. All clear. So the lineup now is Alexander, Vince, Chad, Mike, Chris.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Lil Puttin, Vince Lim, and Chad Kramer.
So the gap now is 3.6. Here comes Vince. Vince has a fast lap of 13.4.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Lil Puttin, Vince Lim, and Chad Kramer.
All right, so Alexander
After 2 minutes 32
continue to
seconds,
lead.
the top drivers are
Vince
Lil
is
Puttin, Vince
3.4
Lim, and
behind.
Chad
Watch
Kramer.
out in the middle. Oh, boy. So Chris, let's see, who else is it? Graydon and Red White Car is your leader. Second place is
1 minute
Vince.
left.
He's coming down the straight.
After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers
1
are
minute
Lil Puttin,
left.
Vince Lim, and Chad Kramer. "45 seconds left.
Alexander's on at 18.410. Vince 18.413. Chad 16.40.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Lil Puttin, Vince Lim, and Chad Kramer.
Alexander's running the Vision Racing chassis. Vision bearings.
15 seconds left.
Looking good. 5 seconds. He gets the extra lap. Oh, no. That was the leader. Oh, my God.
Josh Cody done. Terry Brown done. Graydon Edwards done.
Seriously?
Chad Kramer done.
Oh, my God.
Vince Lim done. Lil Puttin done. Chris Morrison done. Andrew Tuttle done. The race is completed.
I didn't see who that was, but you guys got to be aware when a leader's coming up on you. I call it. Whoever that was just cost Alexander the win in that one. Vince is going, thank you very much. Who was that? Do you know who took him out? I didn't see.
Dan Jeppesen. Old Guys Rule. Brian Matz.
Who hit you?
Jeff Phelps. Daniel Matz.
Yeah, you can call this. You can call this.
it's racing.
Andy Jeppesen.
Yeah. Well, I know. That's why I was like, noticed I came up behind you and we made contact and I just was like, yeah. Oh, I couldn't tell. Yeah. It's all good. It happens. All right, Vince, are you gonna make this one? No? Okay. Order's gonna go Jeff, Dan, Eric, Daniel, Brian, and Andy. Let's go ahead and get lined up on the straightaway again. Jeff, Dan, Eric, Daniel, Brian, and Andy. All right. Andrew, I'm not mad at you. Don't worry. All right, driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone, less than 5. Caution at Josh's ankles. Josh, you all right? Okay.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Daniel Matz, and Brian Matz.
Three minutes on the clock. Jeff leads round. Daniel in the 2, Dan in the 3, Eric in the 4, Brian in the 5, Andy in the 6.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Daniel Matz, and Dan Jeppesen.
.250 on the clock. Caution on the back section there. All clear. 240.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Daniel Matz, and Dan Jeppesen.
225.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Daniel Matz, and Dan Jeppesen.
All right, Jeff still leads round.
After
Daniel
2
in the 2,
minutes
Dan
30
in the
seconds,
3,
the top drivers are
Eric
Jeff
in the 4,
Phelps,
Brian in the
Daniel
5,
Matz, and Dan
Andy in the
Jeppesen.
6. Caution at A banner, caution at the A banner.
After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Daniel Matz, and Dan Jeppesen. "45 seconds left. After 3 minutes left. 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Daniel Matz, and Dan Jeppesen. "15 seconds left.
It's funny, Tuttle's when he puts them out.
Jeff Phelps done.
Yeah. I just got lucky.
Brian Matz done. Dan Jefferson done. Old Guys Rule
There
done.
wasn't anything I could do about it.
Daniel Matz done.
I think Andrew feels bad, more bad than I do. Just a reminder, if you finished higher overall, you do get priority seating on the driver stand.
All drivers are finished. Andy Jefferson done.
Andrew,
The race is completed.
of course it was you. I said if it was anyone else, I'd be pissed. No, I was gonna. I'm trying. I need to carry that speed, roll speed through there. Yeah, I was like, I thought you were just gonna boot it out of the way, so I was banking on that.
I was trying.
It's toy cars. I'm not you. I'm not gonna slam that screwdriver. It's toy cars. I'll live. I'll be okay. All right, looking for Josh, Dan, Eric, Vince, James, Brian, Chad, Aaron, and Terry.
Old Guys Rule. Vince Lim. James Paulson. Brian Matz.
Dan, your truck looks a little wonky out there.
Chad Kramer.
All right, I need Josh, Dan, Aaron, and Terry to go ahead and get checked in.
Josh McCall.
Andrew, am I charging?
Terry Brown. Dan Jefferson. Aaron Bonner.
All right, no speed, no speed. Straightaway's closed, straightaway's closed. Order's going to go Josh, Dan, Eric, Vince, James, Brian, Chad, Aaron, and Terry. I still need a marshal down at the start of the straightaway and a marshal up by me. Scooter, are you covering this middle? Scooter, are you covering this middle section? Okay. If I could get one more marshal. Graydon, can you cover that end spot? Thank you. Just right there. Thanks. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. On the tone, less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Dan Jefferson, and Old Guys Rule.
Caution after Karen, caution after Karen. Clear. Caution after Chad, caution after
After
Chad.
1 minute
Clear.
left, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Brian Matz, and Chad
Josh
Kramer.
leading us around. Brian in the 2, Chad in 3, Eric in 4, Aaron in 5, Vince in the 6, Terry in 7, Dan in the 8, James in the 9.
After
I
1
haven't
minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Brian Matz, and Chad Kramer.
2:20 on the clock. Caution at Karen, caution at Karen. Caution after the feature, clear. Caution straight away, caution straight away. Marshall. After the feature, just, okay. Yeah, I can't do it till after we're completely done. Yeah, no, so.
2 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Chad Kramer, and Old Guys Rule.
1:45 on the clock.
After
1:30
2
on the
minutes
clock.
31 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Old Guys Rule, and Chad Kramer.
One minute on the clock. Josh still leading us around. Eric in the 2, Chad in the 3, Brian in the 4, Dan
1
in the
minute
5,
left.
Terry in the 6,
After
Vince
3
in the 7,
minutes
Aaron
1
in the 8,
second,
James in
the
the 9.
top drivers are Josh McCall, Old Guys Rule, and Chad Kramer. "45 seconds left.
"35 seconds now on the clock.
"30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Old Guys Rule, and Chad Kramer. 15 seconds left.
Keep going until she calls you done.
Old Guys Rule done. Chad Kramer done. Aaron Bonner done. Josh McCall done. Brian Matz done. James Paulson done. Dan Jeppesen done. Terry Brown done. All drivers are finished. Vince Lim done. The race is completed.
All right, two-wheel drive modified is up.
Roger Same. Jack Legan. Robert Bacozzi. Fearless Leader. Legend. Justin Hall. Brad Borneal.
All right, caution straightaway, stay inside. No speed, straightaways closed. Order's gonna go Andy, Robert, Justin, Roger, Brad, Kevin, and Jack. Again, Andy, Robert, Justin, Roger, Brad, Kevin, and Jack. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready on the tone, less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Legend, Robert Bacozzi, and Roger Same.
.320 on the clock. Andy on the 1, Robert in the 2, Roger in the 3, Justin in the 4, Brad in the 5, Kevin in the 6, Jack in the 7.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Legend, Robert Bacozzi, and Roger Same.
All right, 2:30 on
After
the
1
clock.
minute
Andy
30
leading us
seconds,
around Robert in the 2,
the top
Roger in the 3,
drivers
Justin
are
in the 4,
Legend,
Brad in the 5, Kevin in the
Robert
6, Jack in the
Picosi,
7.
and Roger Same.
Everyone spaced out about a half second or more. Andy and Robert both on a 21 lap pace. Everyone else on a 20 or below.
After 2 minutes,
I will say
the
you're
top
driving much
drivers
better,
are Legend,
except for that
Robert
last bit.
Picosi,
But
and
you
Roger
like Buggy,
Same.
You actually were like up in third and fourth for like most of it. What? Doesn't matter. That's racing. I wasn't. There was other cars going faster than me in short course. I just wasn't crashing. Well, I will be holding it against you, but I also am not upset about it. I just think it's funny.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are
125
Legend,
on the clock. Caution on
Robert
the A
Picosi,
banner. Caution on
and
the A
Roger
banner.
Same.
Stay inside. Stay inside. Stay inside. Continue caution. Continue caution. Clear. Such is racing. Yeah.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Robert Picosi, Roger Same, and Brad Borneal.
I think the tires are finally scrubbed in enough. What? Yeah, my tires are finally breaking.
45 seconds left.
Oh, Eric? Yeah, I know. I think he jumped. I don't know if he cut or something, but he set him a hot lap. And so, oh, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yep. Oh, yeah, I know.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Robert Picosi, Roger Same, and Brad Borneal.
Yeah, I got you. 15 seconds on the clock.
15 seconds left.
Cozy out in the 1, Roger in the 2, Brad in 3, Andy in the 4, Justin in 5, Kevin in 6, Jack in the 7. Keep going till she calls you done.
Brad Borneal done. Legend done. Justin Hall done. Jack Leaton done. Robert Picosi done. Roger Same done. All drivers are finished. Fearless leader done. The race is completed.
The first heat is 14. It says Eric won, but Eric didn't win. He was down by a lap. No speed, no speed. No. All right, we're not seeing anything, guys, on the... There's no hot laps on his... Yeah, we're not... I don't...
There was no weird lap. In fact, he had a 22nd lap. Well, we'll look at it and see. It's really not a big deal. We'll look at it.
All right, go ahead and get checked in.
Graydon Edwards. Todd Murray. Brent Edwards. Eric Rosen. Seth Rhodes. Scooter Wingerd. Woody Arthur. Andrew Tuttle. Zach Marcinkiewicz.
All right, no speed, no speed. Straightaways closed, straightaways closed. Order's going to go Eric, Todd, Scooter, Graydon, Woody, Zach, Seth, Andrew, and Brent. Again, Eric, Todd, Scooter, Graydon, Woody, Zach, Seth, Andrew, and Brent. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready on the tone, less than 5. Scooter with the midair hole shot. Scooter up in the 1 now. Eric in the 2. Graydon in the 3.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Scooter Wingerd, Eric Rosen, and Graydon Edwards.
Caution at Chad, caution at Chad.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Scooter Wingerd, and Eric Rosen.
Caution at Chad, caution at Chad. Continue caution, continue caution. All clear, all clear.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Eric Rosen, Graydon Edwards, and Scooter Wingerd.
Caution straight away, clear. Eric out in the 1, Graydon in the 2, Scooter in the 3, Seth in the 4, Todd in the 5, Woody in the 6, Andrew in the 7, Zach in the 8, Brent in the 9.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Scooter Wingerd, Graydon Edwards, and Eric Rosen.
Woody, you got the 2 car coming up on you. Please let him by. Scooter out in the 1, got a relatively clear track open ahead of him.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds,
Caution at
the
A
top
banner,
drivers
caution
are
at the A
Scooter
banner.
Wingerd, Eric Rosen, and Graydon Edwards.
Caution at the AE banner, caution at the AE banner. Brent, you're going to have the 2 car coming up on you. Please let him by. All right, Eric out in the 1 now. Scooter in the 2. Graydon in the 3.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Eric Rosen, Scooter Wingerd, and Graydon Edwards.
Caution straight away, caution straight away. Clear.
45 seconds
Eric
left.
and Scooter battling it out. Woody, you have the 2 car coming up on you. Please let him by. Thank you.
30 seconds After left. 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Scooter Wingerd, Eric Rosen, and Graydon Edwards. "15 seconds left.
Last lap.
Todd Murray done. Scooter Wingerd done. Eric Rosen done. Seth Rhodes done. Woody Arthur done. Graydon Edwards done.
I don't think there was a missed lap.
All drivers are finished.
So.
Andrew Tuttle done. The race is completed.
13.5 4-wheel drive is up. What's up? be able to. You kind of can on the first lap because you got good tires and a good battery. Andrew, we got one more round and then we're up. Four wheels. Oh, you're staging. Okay. Cool. That's all you need. What's up? This is 13.5 four-wheel drive. Yep. No. Modded will be the last round. Yep. All right, let's get marshals out to the track
Legend.
drivers up to the stand.
Daniel Matz. Dan Jefferson. Tail Whip. Vince Lim. Aaron Bonner. Josh McCall.
All right, still need Eric and Ty to check in. Ty left. Okay.
Old guys rule.
All right, I got checks on everyone. Let's go ahead and get them lined up on the straightaway. Dude, that was a good battle to watch. I ended up second? I think so, yeah. What? Yeah. They said you didn't win the first one, but everything on the computer said you won the first one. I know. Yeah. All right, order's going to go Andy, Josh, Eric, Mike, Dan, Daniel, Vince, and Aaron. All right. Got marshals. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. On tone, less than 5. Kevin, can you call this so I get my truck ready?
All right, Dobrino out front.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Legend,
Eric in
Old Guys
tow.
Rule, and Daniel Matz.
Eric is 2.6 back.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Legend,
Dobrino
Old
is down
Guys
to
Rule,
11.5.
and Daniel Matz.
Eric has 11.9. Daniel Mattis moving himself to 4th overall tonight. Andy, Eric. Now Andy,
After
Daniel
1 minute
moving
30
up to
seconds,
2, putting
the
himself
top
second on
drivers
the
are
grid.
Legend, Daniel Matz, and
Overall,
Old Guys Rule.
Eric, Aaron, Daniel, Josh, Vince, Mike, and Ty did not run. How about, well, look out in the middle, look out in the middle. Oh boy.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers
Scooter
are
is
Legend,
one
Daniel
brave
Matz, and
individual.
Old Guys Rule.
Watch out on the straight, all clear.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Legend, Daniel Matz, and Old Guys Rule.
Watch out on the back wall, watch out on the back wall, watch out on the back wall. So Daniel is first over on this, but he's not going to catch the time, I don't think. He's on a 24:11. Andy had a 21:410.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, The top drivers are Daniel Matz, Legend, and Old Guys Rule. 45 seconds left.
40 seconds. Daniel, Andy, Eric. Daniel.
30 seconds left. 3 minutes 31 seconds.
Gonna put
The
himself
top drivers
second on
are
the
Daniel
grid.
Matz, Legend, and Old Guys
Knocking
Rule.
Josh McCall down one.
15 seconds left.
Just a few more races, and we will calculate and do awards.
Vince Lim done. Legend done. Aaron Bonner done. Josh McCall done. Old Guys Rule done. All drivers are
All right,
finished.
so overall it's going to go
Daniel Matz
Andy, Daniel,
Dan
Josh,
Jefferson done.
Eric, Daniel Jefferson, Win, Aaron, Vince.
The race is completed. Chad Kramer, Josh Cody, Terry Brown, Graydon Edwards, Lil Putton, Andrew Tuttle, Tail Whip, Todd Murray,
Let's get our corner marshals out there. We should have plenty of them.
Chris Morrison,
We need somebody at the other end of the driver's stand. Eric's got that. Let's get Vince Lamaco checked in.
Vince Lim,
All right, lineup's going to go Chad, Alexander, Vince, Chris, Mike, Josh, Todd, Terry, Graydon, and Andrew. Make sure and get signed up for the Vision Racing Invitational. All the open classes are there. If you want to run mod, let me know. We're going to add you in. Could still use a couple mod guys. Okay, that's where we're going to do it. Perfect. Here we go on the tone. Restart that one. I know it's short course. We can do better than that. Here we go on the tone. Help out. Oh my God. Oh no.
after 30 seconds,
I heard
the
that
top
one.
drivers are Tail Whip, Chad Kramer, and Vince Lim.
So Mike Wynn is out front. Nope, not anymore. Chad Kramer to the 1. Vince in the 2. Chris in the 3. Mike in the 4. Alexander up to the 5.
After 1 minute, 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Chad Kramer,
Wow, guys.
Vince Lim, and Chris Morrison.
I know you can pass clean without hitting. I've seen it. So we got a battle up front between Chad and Vince.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, The top drivers are Vince Lim, Chad Kramer, and Chris Morrison.
Oh, man. Come on, Todd. Hey, can we not cuss on the stand, Todd? I don't want to hear it. No talking on the driver's stand.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Chad Kramer, Chris Morrison, and Vince Lim.
Might be time to move the camera so that it points directly at the driver's stand. So it's Chad, Chris, Vince, Alexander, then Graydon, Terry, Todd, Andrew, Mike.
After 2 minutes
Find the
31
leader.
seconds,
He's going down
the top
straights.
drivers are Chad Kramer, Vince Lim, and Chris Morrison.
So right now, Chad will put himself second on the grid. He's on 18.413. He needs to pick up a second with 1 minute left.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Chad Kramer, Vince Lim,
Now he
and
needs to
Chris
pick
Morrison.
up a tenth of a second. To knock Vince down.
45 seconds left.
There we go. Chad Kramer's one overall. Straight away, straight away.
.30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Chad Kramer, Lil Puttin, and Vince Lim.
20 seconds left. Kramer's just got to keep it together.
15 seconds left. Andrew Tuttle done. Lil Puttin done. Terry Brown done. Chris Morrison done. Vince Lim done.
All right, overall
Chad
it's going to
Kramer
be
done.
Chad, Vince,
Graydon
and
Edwards done.
Alexander.
All drivers are finished. Todd Murray done. The race is completed.
Let's get out to corner marshal, guys. You didn't even... Get out to corner, guys. Let's go. Should have plenty. You good there? Good there. Alexander, you can. Okay. Okay, go ahead, guys. Check them in. Check them in. Check them in. So, when we get done, I want you to take the podiums from tonight, and then I'll calculate up the rest of it. Okay.
Jeff Phelps. Daniel Matz. Brian Matz. Andy Jeppesen.
Yeah, my slow start on the second one fouled you guys all up.
Sorry about that on the first one.
It was my fault. I washed way out and I came back in. It was really my fault.
All right. Dan, Eric, and Vince, are you guys going to make this one? No? Eric, you're coming? Dan, you coming?
If you wouldn't have restarted it, I would.
Oh, okay.
If you wouldn't have restarted it, I would have been okay with it because like I said, I went way wide.
Yeah.
I went way wide up. Whole fucking starts. I don't know how to start in the fucking for the pole.
Yeah. All right, order's gonna go Jeff, Dan or Eric, Daniel, Brian, and Andy.
Dan Jefferson. Old guys rule.
I fucking shorted the fucking the first hip jump, and I went through
All right, order is Jeff, Dan, Eric, Daniel, Brian, and Andy.
when we were coming up to the second
Drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone, less than 5.
side by side. And when we were coming down, I freaking hit the brakes and lifted and let it go off the straightaway. Because I saw Todd's in there and I knew we couldn't go down the straightaway side by side.
Yeah. Yeah, we came through
So
this.
I chose to lift there, let him take
Yeah.
the lead, and he didn't have enough.
Well, I know, I came through here thinking, oh, I lifted, went light, and figured I'd let him go. And he,
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Dan Jefferson, and Old Guys Rule.
yep.
And that's something that Vince should know better, and that's where you still have to grow, right?
Yeah.
From my on-road racing and the racing I did
Yeah.
in the last, I have a
Jeff out in the 1, Brian in the 2, Daniel in the 3, Dan in the 4, Eric in the 5, Andy in the 6.
that racecraft is a big deal.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I said the 10 trucks was kind
3
of
minutes after
left.
1 minute 1 second, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Brian Matz, and Daniel Matz.
Normally I'm really good at maneuvering the grid, and the rest of the grid I did fine going through all the back markers and stuff. It was just him, really.
almost a lap on the field.
Yeah.
They all keep banging.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how that affected the overall, because I got
After
tapped
1
out
minute
and
31
they were
seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Dan Jefferson, and
I
Old
think I
Guys
was like
Rule.
third and
My
third or
guess
something.
is your second is better than Vince's second because he fucking blew out. So
I
you
think-
should've- so it should have been me first, you second, and then Mike was way down.
Okay.
So
I think I took third behind Vince, though.
no, because you got second the first round.
Oh.
And I
No,
think,
I took third first round.
I
No?
took third.
2 minutes left.
Oh.
After 2 minutes 1
Okay.
second,
I'll-
the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Dan Jefferson, and Old Guys Rule.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure you have second who else.
Okay.
So I got a feeling you and I are kind of tied for points.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's enough to move ahead one or not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because I'm sitting 1 overall, but Mike and I are tied for points.
Actually, I might have moved ahead.
Okay.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Dan Jefferson, and Old Guys Rule.
Or we're tied.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm really not that worried about it. I just wanted to know what the car could do, honestly.
It would be so fun. I would be more than happy to tie.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
Really, that's all that I care about. 'Cause I'm
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Dan Jefferson, and Old Guys Rule.
I feel bad for Andrew, though, because he's beating himself up about it.
45 seconds left.
Don't worry about it. I saw what I needed to see with results I was getting for the rest of the race. You know?
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Jeff Phelps, Dan Jefferson, and Old Guys Rule.
Absolutely.
15 seconds left. Daniel Matz done. Dan Jefferson done. Old Guys Rule done.
Yeah.
Jeff Phelps done. Brian Matz done. All drivers are finished. Andy Jeppesen done. The race is completed.
All right, two-wheel drive stock buggy is up.
Dan Jeppesen. Aaron Bonner. Chad Kramer. James Paulson. Terry Brown. Josh McCall. Brian Matz. Vince Lim.
All right, still need a marshal up by me and a marshal out at the start of the straightaway, please. If I get two marshals.
Old guys
Two
rule.
marshals. All right, no speed, straightaway's closed. Order's going to go Josh, Dan, Eric, Vince, James, Brian, Chad, Aaron, and Terry. Again, I need a marshal by me and a marshal down at the start of the straightaway. Marshal down at the end of the straightaway, marshal up by me. If I get two volunteers, I need someone at the start of the straightaway and someone by me. All right. All right. Yeah, Chris, if I get you at the start of the straightaway. Yeah. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. On the tone, less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Dan Jeppesen, and Old Guys Rule.
All right, 3:10 on the clock. Josh out in the 1, Dan in the 2, James in the 3, Brian in the 4, Aaron in the 5, Eric in the 6, Vince in the 7, Terry in the 8, Chad in the 9. Gap between 1 2, 3.3 seconds. Everyone else about a half second all the way through the back of the grid.
After 1 minute left,
Caution
the
at
top
AE banner
drivers
clear.
are Josh McCall, Dan Jeppesen, and James Paulson.
.240 on the clock.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Dan Jeppesen, and James Paulson.
.210 on the clock. Josh still leading us around Dan the 2. Josh out 24:12. Dan 19:409. Eric 19:413. Fast lap 12:1 out of Jeppesen. 2 minutes now on the clock.
2 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Dan Jeppesen, and Old Guys Rule.
.130 on the clock.
After
No
2
position
minutes
change going
31
on at the
seconds,
moment.
the top
Caution
drivers
AE
are
banner.
Josh
Caution
McCall,
AE
Dan
banner. Stay
Jeppesen,
wide
and
or
Old
stay
Guys
inside. Stay
Rule.
inside. Caution getting on the straight. Caution getting on the straight. Stay inside. Stay inside. Clear. Caution straightaway, right in the middle, right in the middle. Clear.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Old Guys Rule, and Dan Jefferson. 45 seconds left. Seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Dan Jefferson,
25
and
seconds.
Old Guys Rule. 15 seconds left. Terry Brown done. Brian Matz done. Vince Lim done. Aaron Bonner done. Dan Jefferson done. Chad Kramer done. Old Guys Rule done. Josh McCall done. All drivers are finished. James Paulson done. The race is completed.
Reminder, we will be doing podium pictures for tonight, and then we'll be doing overall photos for the series.
Legend. Robert Bacozzi. Brad Borneo. Justin Hall. Fearless Leader. Jack Legan.
All
Roger
right, got
Singh.
checks on everyone. No speed, straightaways closed, Order's gonna go Andy, Robert, Justin, Roger, Brad, Kevin, and Jack. Again, Andy, Robert, Justin, Roger, Brad, Kevin, and Jack. All right. Slipper clutch. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone, less than 5.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Robert Bacozzi, Justin Hall, and Legend.
All right. Bacozzi out in the 1, DeBrino in the 2. Roger in the 3, Brad in the 4, Jack in 5, Justin in the 6, Kevin in the 7. 3 minutes on the clock.
After 1 minute
Gap
left,
between 1 and
the top
2.8
drivers are Robert
seconds now.
Bacozzi, Legend, and Roger Same.
Caution after Karen. Caution. Clear. Caution after Chad. Stay inside. Stay inside.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, The top drivers are Robert Bacozzi, Legend, and Brad Borneal.
2:20 on the clock. Caution at the AE banner, caution at the AE banner. Stay wide, or stay inside, stay inside. Clear.
After 2 minutes, the top drivers are Robert Bacozzi, Legend, and Brad Borneal.
Gap between 1 and 2, 3.4 seconds. Between 2 and 3, 3.5 seconds. Everyone's spaced out by quite a bit at this point. No real battles going on. Closest battle between 5 and 6 between Justin and Roger. Roger taps out. No one wants that one.
After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the top drivers are Robert Bacozzi, Legend, and Brad Borneal. After 3 minutes, the top drivers are Robert Bacozzi, Legend, and Brad Borneal.
"45 seconds on the clock."
45 seconds left.
Again, everyone's still spaced out. Looks like we have 2 outs.
30 seconds After left. 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Robert Bacozzi, Brad Borneal, and Justin Hall. "15 seconds left. Brad Borneal done. Robert
Keep going
Bacozzi
till
done.
done.
Justin Hall done. Fearless Leader done. All drivers are finished. Jack Legan done. The race is completed.
All right, so podiums for tonight. For Mod, it's going to be Robert, Roger, and Brad. Again, Robert, Roger, and Brad tonight for two-wheel drive modified. 17.5 stock buggy. Looking at Josh, Dan, and Eric. Again, Josh, Dan, and Eric. 13.5 stadium truck. We have Jeff, Dan, and Eric. Again, Jeff, Dan, and Eric for 13.5 stadium truck. Short course, we have Chad, Vince, and myself. Again, Chad, Vince, myself for short course. 13.5 four-wheel drive. Andy, Daniel, Andy, Daniel, and Josh for 13.5 four-wheel drive. 17.5 Sportsman. We have Eric, Scooter, and Zach.
All right, so Alexander's going to take those. I will